Senator Dick Durbin and the Senate Judiciary Committee is having a hearing today on Supreme Court ethics, mainly because the Supreme Court has no ethics. I mean, literally, there is no code of ethics for the Supreme Court. They get to police themselves. They can run roughshod, go rogue if they like Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, and even Chief Justice John Roberts. Now, when they planned this hearing, Durbin went to Chief Justice Roberts and said, "Hey, why don't you come by? We need to talk about this. This is a serious problem." And John Roberts has said, "Well, yeah, I don't really have time. I'm not going to do this." Because the Supreme Court doesn't want a code of ethics. They don't want rules that they have to follow. They want to police themselves, but we're seeing that they can't police themselves. We've got Clarence Thomas taking money under the table, married to an insurrectionist. Judge Alito leaking information, and John Roberts' wife is making $10 million placing lawyers in law firms that have business in front of the Supreme Court. A lot of shady shit going on in the Supreme Court, and you would think they'd be held accountable because those are the people that say no one is above the law, but it seems like Supreme Court justices are above the fucking law. So now we have to fix this. The Supreme Court isn't willing to do it. And Dick Durbin said, either you fix this or Congress will fix this. Fortunately, Democrats have the majority in the Senate, and they're having this hearing to try to figure out what they need to do because the Supreme Court refuses to be accountable to fucking anything. We have very deep problems in the Supreme Court, and problems in the Supreme Court means we have problems with our democracy. Judge Samuel Alito is whining and crying how everybody thinks that we're not credible, that we have no integrity. Well, Alito, it's because you fucking don't. You don't get to just say, you got to respect us. You've got to earn that respect, motherfucker. And the one way you can do it is by not taking advantage of the system. Not lying, cheating, and stealing. Not reporting shit. Leaking information because it's going to benefit you. You're being called on the carpet because you've committed some questionable things, maybe crimes. And now you think we should all just respect you because you're the Supreme Court. Well, you motherfuckers have shown us, have proven to us that you're not so supreme. And we question your veracity. Wouldn't you if you were in the same fucking situation?